Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival. I'm KnowItAllDM, and today we're starting Ironman Season 9. Now, this is the second season that I've participated in, and we just got all of the details yesterday from Captain Adonis, and, or I guess technically the day before, but anyway, you'll be seeing this like on the 30th or something like that. Anyway, so Season 9 is default Akua Omicron. It's a survival game, of course. You know, it wouldn't make much sense to be a creative game. The seed is 2018-09-01. Difficulty settings are hard with the 3 things set to true, and every time I change that, my name changes, so I'm going to have to change that back. And our start location is Tallodar. So, Ironman Season 9, start Tallodar, difficulty setting hard, seed 2018-09-01. Now, we've gone back to the original rules with regards to POIs that are considered enemy POIs. That's in quotations. You couldn't see my, hand marks, but anything with an enemy spawner that spawns any type of enemies. So the villages are now considered enemy POIs. So the neutral POIs are now things without enemy spawners. So, which is fine, But our first mission, as dictated by Captain Adonis, is to land and set up a base somewhere. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. I'm going to record everything, of course. And if I die, I die. If I get my base set up, hey, look, I'm good. And if it takes longer than, say, an hour, I'm just going to split this up into multiple episodes and, show it throughout. But anyway, here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. We're loading in the planets. All right, so we're coming down. Now, because this is Akua Omicron default, there is no starter biome, which means there's no, no wreckage, no missions. So we're going to have to just start and use our grit and our wits and see what we got. Now, is this a beach or is this sand biomes here? This is probably just beach nearby. It wouldn't make much sense for us to start with sand biomes, but I'm going to come on down right here into the middle of this here and see what we got. It is definitely a beach. All right, so we got a few crickets nearby. Because of the Alpha 8.5 update, there are new creatures, there are new threats, there are new everything, and it's because of said update that that I am going to be able to spawn in some of my newer creations for the ARV, or should I say some of my updated things for you guys to look at as well. Just like the previous season, I am going to utilize the Advanced Reconnaissance Vanguard items. Ooh, and there's a new thing right off the bat right over here. This is what they've replaced the Triceratops with. It looks nasty, but because it is spawned in already, I don't think it is hostile. So I'm not going to risk it, though, and get too terribly close to it. But we're going to go ahead and start looking for some resources here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there are probably some resources nearby. But our first course of action that we want to get done, we want to get a hover vessel spawned in as quickly as we can. Unfortunately, we still have to wait till level 3 to get a hover vessel, even though everything is unlocked at level 1, because the portable constructor is unlocked at level 3. And since this didn't have any easy thing to that you can go like and say, oh, never mind, I don't want to do this tutorial, give me shit. Yeah, we don't start with stuff. So, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. But I'm just going to keep on going around looking for resources and the like. And seeing what I can find. Ooh, there's a lot of corn dogs here on the beach, which is good. That means I'm not going to be lacking for food. I got to keep in mind that this is all on hard, which means that my resources I got to keep an eye on. There's some more crickets. I don't want to risk, you know, attacking anything for meat or anything, so I'm going to just deal with berries and the like to start with. Berries and honey and stuff like that. I can go ahead and start making some berry juice in here. Please note, survival constructor can only use items from inventory. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I know this. Okay. Well, here's some resources. One thing that I might want to go ahead and do is in the solo missions, let's just go ahead and activate this. That way, as we're gathering things, we'll be unlocking this. And I think they've completely updated all of this. So let's go ahead and see what we can collect. Berries, plant protein, eggs. Eggs aren't on there, but that's fine. Let's go get some natural stimulant from here. Let's go grab some sweetener from the honey plants over here. I'm going to keep collecting more berries and everything that I see because I needs the experiences. I know somewhere I saw a big flower to get buds from. And somewhere there's got to be spice. I think the big flower I saw was like over that way. Was there some mushrooms here? There's some mushrooms. Mushrooms. Vegetables are the next big thing. Let's see. I'm just heading this way towards the mountainous areas, it looks like. I'm hoping to find a plains area or something with iron, but the mountainous areas at least will give me copper and silicon, just like the forests do, but the mountains seem to have them in more abundance. And the first, like the first 36 hours or so, I hear a growl. Oh, hi guys. Hi, thank you for not murdering me while I couldn't see you. You're very stealthy for giant things. The first 36 hours, until the first night, we're relatively safe unless we do something stupid and attack a cricket, you know, on hard and miss every shot with the pistol. Shout out to you, Captain Adonis. But there's a big flower for some buds. Let's come over here, grab the buds. Am I level 3 yet? Not yet. Okay. Go ahead and do that. Let's just do 10 of those. Vegetables are going to be the hardest. Rocks. So we're in a swamp over here. Perfect. Swamp has vegetables. And spice. And mushrooms. And these. And grain. Burderderp. Now I got gold coins. Yay! Because that really does me any good. Look at all this grain. Look at all this grain. I'm definitely going to want to put a base near here Just look at this. Look at this. Grain, grain, grain all over here. Oddly, it looks like the stuff's completely disappearing, so I might not want to pick too much grain. But it could respawn and, you know. But this over here actually looks like a decent place for a base along this little beach here. Let's see, looking on the map, if I built along here, looking out over the lake, like out over here somewhere, that wouldn't be too bad, because there's not a whole lot of natural predators out on the beach, apart from the new aquatic thing, but those aren't spawned in yet, and if I put a base nearby, probably won't spawn in many around it. And even if they do, I can have external defenses. What I really need now is some copper, and then I'm good. Let's see. Dinner for 2 would be the next thing in here. Plans of Akua. Visit native. Find the Talon village. So basically, if you find a village, and then you can activate bad karma. You see, and the funny thing is, we could actually do this. We just have to go near a village. You don't actually have to attack it or loot it or anything. And let's see, Huntsman. That's killing those things. Don't need to worry about that right now. And then Not Afraid of the Dark Temperate. We can worry about that once we're more armed. And Drone Hunters once we get to a place where there are more drones. Okay, I really need to find some copper really quickly, because I've got enough iron and silicon to start off a mini camp area. All right, so I'm going to put a pin here. And put base location there so that I know where I want to set up my base. I'm still going to hold everything on me for now. All right, I'm still making food over there. I'm wondering why I haven't found any copper yet. I mean, I've gone through the forests, and now I'm level 3. I can go ahead and unlock the portable constructor. I'm only going to unlock things as needed so that I don't waste points, even though you can eventually unlock everything. In this, we're going to want to be a little bit more picky in what we want. So the biggest thing I want to do first is get a bike. That way I can, you know, not have to worry about all this. And that's what I need the copper for primarily, is to be able to get a bike. Got to be some copper nodes on the ground. If I can't find any around here, I might head towards the mountains. I'm heading back up this way now. Running low on food and stamina. Really don't want to go into the swamp. Well, I guess the swamp would be okay. Swamps have copper in them as well. They really ought to make it so that, you know, because you'll notice I've been bunny hopping to save stamina. It's a little trick, but if they made it so that it's like less useful, or that, you know, that there was a bigger benefit for either running or walking on the ground. Because in reality, I mean, well, in reality, hopping like this is what they do on like the moon and all in lower gravity situations, which we are on a lower gravity planet. The gravity on this planet, which starting on Tallodar, by the way, if I didn't mention that, I mean, you saw it, but the lower gravity, it's like 0.85 Earth, you know, G's. So finding a lot of iron and silicon, but copper seems to be eluding me. Which is usually, you know, usually I find a lot of copper and very little silicon. Wow, there are a lot of things to pick in here. Look at this. Just vegetables for days. Let's go ahead and make out some vegetable juice while we're at it too. And then we can make up some, let's see, make up that with the buds, and then that with the stimulant, that with the herbal leaves and plant protein. I just want to go ahead and make what I can. Oh, I can't because of that. I just want to go ahead and make what I can. Okay. Yeah, let's head towards the mountain area. I don't really want to be on the beach because beach doesn't have any copper. Hey. Would it hurt for you to be copper instead of silicon? I mean, is that... I don't know. You see, and this is the thing. It's like deep forest biomes have copper in them, but there aren't any deep forest biomes around here. So I'm missing copper. Even though regular forest biomes have it as well, deep forest biomes have only copper resources as their resources. So, but I mean, so you know, I'd be able to see them easier, and they have like less grass and stuff. But normally, I don't like deep forest biomes because they're relatively annoying because of the large number of trees, and the lag that they create. But I mean, I haven't found a single copper node, and I've obviously already been over here. I haven't found a single copper node since I started. Let's keep heading out this way. I know I've sort of been going in like a circle around this area, but I think I need to keep heading that direction and get up in the mountainous areas, start finding some copper. I've already been over here, hence the already harvested plant life. And, you know, like that wall there wouldn't be bad for setting up a underground base if I could get a drill relatively quickly and set up something you know, a little more protected rather than just out in the open like I've done in the past. I might do that. Make a underground base this season instead of using the ARV thing. But we'll see. Okay, let's go ahead. I need to eat. And let my stamina recharge. I mean, I've got plenty of iron, plenty of silicon. But let's head up on top of this little hill and see if we can get some copper. Because I'd like to get a base started before nightfall, or at least get a bike and, you know, find some more resources. Look, it's cold up here. I don't see any copper nodes up here in this mountain forest. Grr. There is fiber. That's the first fiber plant I found. Oh, look, more silicon. Sheesh. And looking at this, I might just want to find a totally different place to set up a base that's got more resources nearby. Good point of note for this, since we are starting on Akua Omicron, I don't have to worry about the dangerous mission POIs. What do you call them? The rocket turret base things. And the alien radar thing and all that. So I'd feel more comfortable getting a hover vessel started and looking for a better place to set up a base. And I've got until Wednesday to get it done. So if I play this like every day or so, you know, for several hours, I should be able to get a base set up in a optimum location near some resources. It's too bad that we can't find a village that would have... Oh, alien insect. Find a village that would have things around it and take over the village. We can find the village and build a base near the village, but we're not allowed to actually attack said village or loot it or anything. Ever. Because it's never going to be a mission POI. Which I think is, you know... I don't know. It makes the game a little bit harder not being able to attack POIs and get things. And, I mean, it also makes it a little less interesting because it would be more interesting if you could attack the POIs and say, you know, because attacking POIs and then dying without, copper, yes! Without the mission POI, see, Deep Forest. Like, and that's what I'm doing with the Ultimate Ironman scenarios that I'm setting up. Did I get enough to make a... Yes. Cancel all those. With the Ultimate Ironman scenario that I'm working on, and it'll be a series of scenarios, and Ultimate Ironman will eventually be a full-on tournament, you know, just like regular Ironman, but with the Ultimate Ironman, what it is that the mission POIs, it's going to be a 5-week tournament that runs 4 times a year, 1 in each quarter. And the tournament, it's got a lot more preparation time on my part. And the mission POIs are all going to be Alien Admin Core POIs, so they're purple. So that way, you know, just don't attack those and you're good. That way you can say, you know, play the game, attack, you know, any of the regular enemy POIs and everything. If you die, you die. If you don't, you get loot to help you with the other stuff. So, that way, it's more interesting. And the way that it's set up, since each season will be a different scenario made specifically for those seasons. See, I told you deep forest biomes had copper. Then it's basically, you can use any seed you want, and the mission POIs might be different for each individual person, but that means that in the end, the POIs are going to be more random, but yet Dust Bowl. Interesting. But it's, you know, it's going to be like, they're going to be similar POIs. So like for season 1, for example, on the starter planet, it's going to be like the Epsilon main, you know, is the category of the category of POI. And what that means is that it could be a variety of, you know, similar POIs. You know, I can grab these and I'll eat some of this because I'm still running out of food. Something spoiled. But the Epsilon main, it'd be like the category is what, you know, you'd be attacking, and it'd be the only one on the starter planet. So you're like, oh, just don't attack that purple one. And it'd be surrounded by regular alien core things that you could attack before the mission. But of course, the first week's mission would be the one on the, you know, on the starter planet. So you'd be able to go ahead and attack it anyway, you know, as long as you get that done by Wednesday. So you'd have a week to start, set up a base, build your resources and such, and attack the Epsilon main. Now, the reason that, like, in a lot of the regular Ironmans, the first mission is set up a base, get a base established, etc., etc. Well, for the Ultimate Ironman, I want it to be a little more, like, so that people have to invest a little bit more time in it. People who are more dedicated to the, you know, tournament, because it is only 4 times a year. And that way, do I have this yet? Yay. That way, the Ultimate Ironman will feel a little bit different, a little bit more like a tournament, because you're having to push, you're having to work to do things. Can I get, yeah, I just need a bike. And so once you have your base and stuff established, you have to go ahead and find a way to attack the thing. Now, since it is just a main, you know, it's a more simple base than like the bunkers or, you know, some of the other interesting ones. But the second mission will actually be on a different planet. So you have to build a small vessel at least with a warp drive and go to a second planet and attack a POI on that planet. You know, attack the specific one, which would be like the abandoned the abandoned base, which could be an abandoned mine, an abandoned drone base, an abandoned reactor, depending on what seed you choose. And then like the third planet, you have to build a capital vessel with a warp drive to get to. And so it's like each week you have to make large progress, you know. So people who are just, you know, randomly just, you know, like would normally do just Ironman and just, you know, like I was the other, you know, last season and probably this season too, you know, finish the mission on like the first or second day and all that. It's a little bit more intensive. But the benefit of this is that you can go anywhere and do anything as long as you don't mess with the mission POIs for future weeks and just do those as they go. So if someone wanted to go ahead in the first week, I got a base, I got a small vessel, got a capital vessel, I've gone to all these other planets, you know, I've explored the system. I'm just waiting for, you know, the missions to come up, and then they just ambush the things. Now, since the mission POIs are alien admin cores, not only are they just purple name tags, but the buildings themselves are indestructible. So you actually have to go down, kill the stuff. Now, some of the items on there, like the spawners and the turrets and the stuff like that, you can blow up. But the actual just building blocks, you can't bust your way in. So you got to find the proper way in. You got to find, like, sometimes you'll have to find levers to open doors to get to places. And then you finally get to the core and blow it up. So it's an actual dungeon type mission where you can't just go, but you can attack it in any way you want. Because if you set a capital vessel over top of it, blasting away at, say, the turrets and the stuff that come outside, that's fine. You still got to go in on foot. But anyway, my bike should be ready now. Almost ready. Go ahead, give me all this. Pick that up. Okay, now that I've got a bike, I do think I want to try to go ahead and get a hover vessel going and find a location where I can build a base with resources around it, with at least resources within hover vessel capability, you know. I'm not going to sleep through the first night because I want to go ahead and get to the point where I can be protected in a base before I sleep through the night, or where, you know, if the creatures are already out, you know, I can just sleep so I can avoid being attacked by monsters. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here and let's see. So what I'm going to want, I'm going to set up my temporary base right here, which I'm going to go ahead and put the tent down as well, just in case this takes more than one night. Let's do this because I'm on the beach, and I'll just throw you down right there. Okay. So what I'm going to need, let's see. ARV, I'm going to just go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build, I'm probably going to want to build the Mark 0 ARV, which is the new one, just because it uses a lot less resources. So let's go ahead and go to factory. Copper, it's going to need 44, which means I'm going to need to find a lot more copper. Let's go ahead and turn all of our stuff into ingots so we can get a good look at what we have. Now, I'm going to need to find more iron. I'm good on silicon. I need to find more iron and copper. So iron and copper, if I could find a grassland biome, we would be good. So I'm up to 28 copper. I just need a little bit more copper. Iron is the big thing that I'm going to need. So Let's go ahead. See, what can I... Let's go ahead and do this, that, because I want to get things that would spoil and turn it into things that won't spoil. Let's see, plant fibers. Let's go ahead and do another bandage just in case. Okay. I don't really see any prospects for a grassland area over here. Let's just do a little exploring and see. Now that I've actually got this bike, we can move a little quicker, or a lot quicker. And I can explore and see if I can find a grassland. Alright, it looks like there's a grassland out that way. So I'm gonna head out this direction. Oh! And see if we can come upon that grassland out here. Okay, now we can find iron and copper more readily. It's not as much as in the starter biome, but it's better than nothing. It's harder at night to see what I'm looking for, because I'm looking for rocks out here that in the dark out there all look almost the same. Okay. Bye, Parasaur. So what I need with this, I need a total of 44 copper. I had like 20 of it, so I should be almost good. Let me grab another copper node. I want to grab at least 2 or 3 more iron nodes before I head back. Because I need to get at least like 10 or 15 more iron. Alright, so that should be enough copper. That'll be 30 copper there. Is this another? Yeah, iron right here. I want to get at least 20 to 25 iron ore altogether. Because I'm gonna need that. Is that another dust bowl? because I'm going to need the iron. All right, there's 20. Let me get one more iron node, and then I'll head back. Oh, it's starting to get cold out here. I might just go ahead and head back that way and see if I run into any iron nodes on the way back. Because I don't want to, there's a copper. I might as well grab it while I'm out here. Come on. I don't see any more iron around here. I wonder what type of resources are in the dust bowls, if any. Silicon. There's silicon in the dust bowls. Okay. There's a lot of silicon in the dust bowls, it looks like. Dust bowls are actually a relatively new biome for the temperate planets, which is why I don't know a whole lot about what's in them and all. I don't know. I mean, I think hostile creatures might spawn in them as well. So definitely want to keep in mind that dust bowls have silicon. Okay. Let's go ahead and start heading back that general direction. If I stick to the swamp areas, I've got a chance of running across iron on the way back anyway. Because iron does spawn in swamps. I say spawn, it's not like they respawn, but they populate in swamps. Or at least they used to. I don't know if they've changed that. Because I haven't actually seen any resource rocks in the swamps yet. Ah! Iron. There we go. We've got 26. Perfect. Let's head on back to our base location. And we can go ahead and turn all these ores into useful items. Okay. Ores, ores, ores. All right. So we got more than enough silicon. Let's see. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and do that. That way I've got a readout of how many of each I have. So what am I going to need for this? Let's start with copper. I'm going to need 44 copper, which means I'm going to need, that'll give me 22 copper right there. That'll give me 44 copper. Well, hold on. If I do this, that's 22 And then that'll be 22 silicon. Hold on. What other things use copper besides electronics? Nothing. Anything that is copper. Okay, so that'll be 44 copper. So that'll be that. Actually, instead of doing that, let's do this, right? It's going to use 3 of those, 2 of those, 1 of these, and at least 1 of each of those. So I'll go ahead and get those built up. I'm not sure what else. I don't remember if it has more than 1 generator. I don't think it does. I think it's got 1 generator, 1 fuel tank. It's also going to have an oxygen tank and cargo box, but I can't build cargo box in here, I don't think. It's got a couple of cargo boxes, in fact. And then it's going to have a lot of steel. Not 100. Probably 50. But let me use that for the steel once I get those put in there. That way I will be able to see what else I need after I'm done building all those. Yeah, I got a lot of spoiled stuff going on here. Let's go ahead and eat. Let's check our survival constructor. We've got those. Let's go ahead and get more bars. How much plant protein do I have left? Oh, I have to make it out of vegetables now because what I gathered is gone. Yeesh. But, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Each plant protein creates 2, so I could do 17 if I wanted. Let's just do 5. Okay. So once it gets all these made up, I might just go ahead and sleep till it does. Once it gets all those made up, that should, if I'm not mistaken, be all the devices on it. Because let's see, it says device count is 14. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 5 more devices I'm not taking into account. 2 cargo boxes makes 3 more devices. Pretty sure I got rid of the RCS. I definitely did because that's level 3 or higher. Unlock level... No, it's unlock level 1. So I may have an RCS on it that I don't remember leaving on there that I'm going to have to take off, which is fine. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do this real quick. See what it's... Alright, so it's made up all of those. So if I put these in here... like so. Okay. I'm still gonna need 26. I'm gonna need 18 more copper, which is what's 18? 9 more electronics. This uses 3. So that's 3. Let's just do that. Actually, no, let's go ahead and do let's do one of those because that's going to use more electronics for the computer and the motor and such. So, although I might want to do 2 because it's 9 built, but it's 18 total electronics that I need. So we'll see. I might do one of those and one of these because a computer utilizes 2 electronics and a motor utilizes 1 electronics. So a generator that's 6 and then another one of these. Okay. So with that, I should have exactly the amount of copper I need. The silicon, I can build more cables for if I need to, but that might give me exactly what I need with that if I have 2 of those and 2 of those on the thing. I think I only have one fuel tank though, so I don't know exactly what's using up all this copper. But we will see. And then after that, the iron count is going to be the biggest thing. We're going to need probably a minimum of 10 more iron. So let's just go ahead and do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 like that. And then if we need more precise ones, we can utilize that, you know, to bring it down. But so, all right, here's a motor. The motor, yep. And then I think this fuel tank should bring us up to what we need on both silicon and copper. But you never know. I mean, I could be wrong. All right, let's see if it didn't even bring me up what I needed on copper. So what do I need now? I need another 9 copper. So that's another 9 copper. I don't know what on this thing's using up so much copper. All right, let's do a little organization. All my non-perishables and my constructed foods are going to come down here. And my resources are going to go like that. And then spoiled food will just go there. Those will probably spoil before I actually get a chance to utilize them. Even if I threw them in here, I can't really make anything out of it. So I'll just leave them up there. Let's see. While I'm here, I've explored a little south. Let's explore north real quick. This is going to take just a little bit of time. Let's see if I head north. I want to get out to like here at least and see what's out there. Because if I find like a, something out there with resources, I could go ahead and get over there. I do want to stick around the water to begin with. Looks like there might be a desert over here. I'm not going to worry about resources anymore right now. Because once I get my hover vessel going... In fact... Let me go ahead, hover vessel. Let's unlock the detector here. And let's go ahead and unlock these so we can upgrade it once we get the stuff. Let's see. That as well. Okay, I can't unlock that. But once I get a detector going, then we'll really be, able to find stuff. All right, let's head around this little swamp and then head back. And by the time we get back, our stuff ought to be finished making up. A destroyed shelter. If I'm not mistaken, a destroyed shelter would be something that we could turn into a base. Which would save us the building portion of base making. Because the destroyed shelter is not a... is not an enemy POI. Because there's no spawners on it. So that's going to be our first place that we want to go. There might not be any good resources around it, but then again, there might be a few. I didn't get too close to it. I found a copper deposit. And there's a drone around that copper deposit. Which means I'm going to want to build up some weapons before... trying to go to that copper deposit. Oh look, spiders, yay! Oh. So going up north, doing a little bit of scouting was worth it. I don't know how much resources are in it's a small copper deposit. But then again, being on hard, I think small is the largest we can hope for. I don't know why those the trike replacements, that's what I'm going to call them, look a lot like Therizinosaurus's. More reptilian versions of Therizinosaurus's. Okay. So this should... Alright, that's the copper. Now we just need... And we need just a little bit more silicon. I'm going to go ahead and put these in there, even though they might not help out. That helped a little. Okay. So let's go ahead. That. And that. And then let's do let's see, I need 2 more, I believe, of these. So let's do that to make it a block. There's really nothing I can do for this, so we'll go ahead and throw that in there. I need 2 more. Okay, now I'm not going to start production just yet, because what I want to see, if I went ahead and did a Mark 1A, okay, how much more would I need? I would need a lot more copper. I would need, what is that, 56 more copper, which I don't have. I would need, yeah, I'd need a lot more of everything. The silicon I'd be fine on. I need a lot more copper and iron. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just build what I have here. To library, mark 0 to factory. Start production. That'll give us 6 minutes. Let's go ahead. Take up camp. And let's head to that destroyed shelter and see what's up with the destroyed shelter. Because if we can get the destroyed shelter up and running as a full shelter, then we'll be okay. Let's see, what are these things called? These are pangolin. They look sort of like, let's see, a large Pachyosaurus combined with a Therizinosaurus. They're probably a pain in the butt to kill. So I'm not even gonna, worry about it. They don't appear to be hostile though, so that's a good thing. And by the time we get up to this destroyed shelter and take a look around it, we should have our hover vessel being made, like, finished. And then I can see if we can make a detector in the portable constructor. Because I should have enough resources to make, at the very least, a detector. And maybe some upgrades for the hover vessel. I also wonder if you can upgrade the hover thrusters to small hover engines. That's something I'll have to test. Okay, we're getting close to the destroyed shelter. We're about 700 away. The location seems a little rough. Oh, and there goes my motorbike. Okay, give me bike. Alright, so it's not a bad location. It's already got bunk beds. It's already got a dining table. I mean, yeah, I could work with this. Let's see. What's it got outside? I mean, it's not bad. Uh-oh. There's spider things.